Welcome to video 2 of this learning series. In our last video, we introduced the project report template in Canva, and we talked about why project reporting is important. In this video, we'll take a quick look at the different project steps and where you can find information that will help you as you complete the project report. So at the end of this video, you'll be able to list the steps that you'll take when you're completing your project report. You'll be able to find information in your project report template that will guide you as you complete the project report. And you'll be able to describe what you've learned so far in your PTEC Level 6 program that you are going to use across this project report. Developing a project and writing a project report is, for the most part, a step-by-step process. And over the coming videos, each of these steps will be broken down individually to give you more information and ideas on what you can include and what you should think about when taking each step. But to give you a quick idea of what's involved in each step, let's take a moment to look at them individually. On the screen now, you can see the different steps involved in this project. In step 1, when you're on the work placement, you'll be given a project brief or a problem, and this will give you all the details of the problem you'll be asked to solve. You're going to use this first section of the project report template to write a description of the problem that you've been given. In step 2, you'll use this section of the template to show your project plan. What activities did you plan as you worked your way through the project? In step 3, you'll use this section of the project report template to describe the solution that you created to solve the problem that you identified in step 1. In step 4, you'll use this section of the report template to show how you got feedback on the solution that you designed and what you did with that feedback. In step 5, you'll show how you presented your solution. And in step 6, you'll show how you reflected on the different activities you did and what you've learned while working on the project and creating the project report. You'll also include feedback that you've been given by a workplace colleague, a mentor, a supervisor, or maybe your teacher. And don't worry if you don't understand all of these steps right now. This is just a quick introduction. Each step will be covered in more detail in this video series. So we've looked at the different steps involved in the project, and I've told you a little bit about what you need to do in each section. In your project report template, you'll also find a guide that gives you information on how to complete each step. And you can see an image of this on screen now. It's important that as you go through the project, you come back to this page so that you understand each of the different steps involved in the process. For example, this page will give you information on how many words you're expected to write in different sections of the report. And remember, everything that you've been learning on your PTEC journey up to now is going to be important to you as you work your way through the project. For example, remember what you learned in your Career Focus module. In the Career Focus module, you've learned how to research a company, for example. And researching can be an important skill for you to use when you're working on your project. For example, maybe you'll be researching a company or you'll be researching your target audience. In learning about growth mindset and motivation, you've developed important knowledge about what motivates you and how to look at what motivates people. You've also learned about how you approach different things and to look at yourself and reflect on your approach and maybe different approaches as you might take in the future. In learning to reflect, you know how to look at what you can learn by looking at your experiences and how reflection helps you to build problem-solving skills and how it helps you to develop professionally and personally. In your Skills for a Digital World module, you've learned about how to store, how to organize, how to manage your files. You know how to develop digital content. For example, if you think about when you created your growth mindset poster in Canva. In this module, you've also learned about visual design. You may have completed a digital badge on the basics of design, so you now have the information that you need to make decisions about things like font types or sizes, what colors to use, what images to use, how to represent your ideas visually, and more. You also know where to go to help if you have any questions on how you should use Canva to customize the project report template, how you can upload things like photos, how you can use fonts in Canva, and how you can use the different elements. And finally, you'll have also learned about communication skills, both written and visual. And on screen now, you can see an image of this course book in your VLE. So that brings us to the end of this video. So at the end of this video, you can now list the different steps that you'll take when you're working through your project and developing the project report. You can find information in your project report template that will guide you as you complete the project report. And you can describe what you've learned so far in your P-TECH learning journey that you can use across this project and in developing your project report. And in our next video, we'll start to work our way through the project report, and you'll get tips on how you can work your way through the project and complete your project report. Thanks for watching.